Kind of bring into the conversation now the first Deputy Secretary General of the ANC, Nomvula Mokonyane. Nomvula, good evening. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. The ANC had in Jesse Jackson an ally and, more importantly, a voice in the US and across North America. His voice reverberated quite loudly as a moral compass for South Africa during the fight against apartheid. How does the ANC reflect on the passing of Reverend Jackson?
Thank you very much for inviting us, and want to appreciate this opportunity from SABC. We convey our sincere condolences to the Jackson family and all other progressive Americans, as well as those that stand against injustice throughout the world. We are quite saddened by the loss of Reverend Jesse Jackson, a dependable ally of the African National Congress and an ally of those who stand for justice, a man who stood with the African National Congress under the leadership and supervision of President Tambo, Nelson Mandela, and now recently joined us in Mangaung when we celebrated the centenary of the African National Congress, having also joined South Africans to celebrate the life of President Nelson Mandela. This is a person who raised the flag of the Republic of South Africa against apartheid in various embassies, promoting sanctions against apartheid South Africa, promoting the rights of young people of South Africa, ensuring that there's disinvestment in South Africa so that then democracy, the right to self-determination and national sovereignty is realized by the people of South Africa. He has passed the baton to his own family through his son, as well as those that are part of the Black Caucus and many other progressives in the United States of America who detest any form of discrimination, of racism, and worse in these difficult times. He, under the very trying health conditions, remained in touch with the African National Congress, utilized the contacts that he had to reassure us that whatever that the ANC and the people of South Africa are going through under the Trump administration is not a reflection of what progressive and peace-loving Americans want to see happening to the people of South Africa and the leadership of the ANC. We will miss him at a time when we need him most.
Yeah. Now, South Africa, of course, has a very tumultuous relationship, fractious, with the US right now. Its allies, typically within the Black Caucus, have in many instances in the past months distanced themselves from South Africa in quite significant ways, least not because of the case that South Africa has taken against Israel to the ICJ. And of course, there are members of the Black Caucus who are recipients of donor funding from AIPAC, for instance. Jesse Jackson has spoken out against AIPAC, but some of his colleagues and allies have taken money from AIPAC and has criticized South Africa for choosing to bring a case against the IEJ. What's your reflection on exactly that stark disparity between what Jesse Jackson stood for and how his legacy might drift away from those you stood side by side with as a representative and a lawmaker?
We respect the choice that some of those in the Black Caucus have taken, but we do believe that with the kind of contact and communication that we have continued to have, there's a lot of them, and they are in the majority, who appreciate the reason that led to South Africa going to The Hague, but also learning from our own past experience that an injustice such as the genocide against the people of Palestine does require that we use the existing multilateral platforms to promote and call for justice, for equality, as well as for accountability. As we speak now, we are also in touch with various other members of the Black Caucus, even some in the Republican Party, who are interacting with us, various church organizations and civil society organizations in the United States of America, who understand the stance that South Africa has taken We are not anti-United States of America. We are anti-dictatorship, being bullied. We detest any form of discrimination, and we can't actually retreat when those who stood with us are now going through the same that we have also been exposed to. The Palestinians do deserve justice. If there is anything, we want to see a peaceful solution to the conflict, as well as what is happening on the killing of innocent women and children. Reverend Jesse Jackson, in his last visit here in South Africa, amongst other things that he spoke strongly about, it's about sovereignty, it's about national interest, it's about the plight of women and children. He was here. He actually even refused to sit amongst the diplomats and VIPs. He went, took pictures with the crowds in Mangaung, celebrated the centenary of the ANC on the day of the burial of President Nelson Mandela. During that week, those days when he was around, he actually was saying he is amongst his people, and his people are the ones that today have made us to believe that it is a correct decision to take the Israeli government to the ICJ.
Yeah, thank you. We're going to have to leave it there. I really do appreciate it. Nomvula Mokonyane is the first Deputy Secretary General of the ANC, joining us there to speak on the passing of Jesse Jackson. Reverend Jackson was an ally to South Africa and the ANC in the fight against apartheid.